Hello, my divinities. Welcome. My name is Silora, and I want to start off by saying how grateful I am for those of you who are on Patreon. You guys are my main supporters. I am very grateful that I have my MVPs because this is recently I had somebody leave a comment, and it was only one, but I still want to address it. Somebody made a comment asking me why I switched to Patreon. Why was I being like this to my other subscribers? And you know what, guys? I really wish that some of y'all would start doing content so that you understand what comes with it. It sounds very easy, but YouTube does not pay what you think it pays, especially not for someone like me when I don't have not even 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. You need to reach a certain level on YouTube to start getting paid well. And I have less than 2,000 followers on YouTube, and on Facebook I have like 20,000. But even then, they don't pay per view. They pay off of, well, you would have to have like a lot of views for you to get bonuses. And I do get occasional bonuses, but it's not enough to pay bills. Facebook pays off of subscriptions, just like Patreon, and stars. And number one, I'm not really getting the amount of stars that would amount to anything, because stars are like, I don't know, 100 stars for 10 cents or something like that. So it's not a lot. And on top of all that, Facebook is really shitty with how it deals with my subscriber side. It will change things without me changing my settings. And so it really just drives me nuts. I prefer Patreon. It's very user-friendly for myself, at least. For the content creators, it's very user-friendly. I'm not really sure on the other side because I don't really subscribe to people on here, but that's why. And I don't have the dollar option on Patreon because that person was saying you only get $1. No, I don't actually. Each person that subscribes to me on Patreon pays $11.11. And so that's how I pay my bills. So if that is annoying to you guys, I am not sorry, because I believe that I deserve to get recompensed for my amount of time, energy, and work. And I know the type of value that I bring in readings. So no one's obligating you to sign up to Patreon. That is a voluntary choice. But if you want me to just put out all my readings for free, no, that's not going to happen. So anywho, that's the answer. Let's get started. Oh, all right, there we go. We start with the Nectar, number 58. The Shaman, ooh, number 16. And the Empty Room, number 42. Okay. Let's read. Let's start with number 58. The Nectar. This one says the medicine, the elixir, the garden. The Nectar, the Mystic, and Aletheia cards are linked. It is the mystic who, like Krishna, turns poison into nectar, and it is the truth that can often serve as a potent elixir for healing. Sense the nectar within you, dripping from the crown of the head and soothing the brain. Let it drip down the spine like sweet honey. In Hindu mythology, there is a miraculous substance known as Amrit, or nectar, that contains infinite healing power. The golden nectar, or sacred elixir, is the drink of immortality, and like its sister substance Soma, is known to activate subtle intelligent forces that ease the mind, body, and spirit. Though esoteric, these images lead us to the central energy of this archetype, the sweet, potent, heavenly essence that lubricates our spirit back to life. The Nectar card calls us to identify and relish in places, practice, people, and activities that regenerate and heal. Medicine is needed, and it comes in subtle form, though you may be overlooking. Seek the most sensuous, fragrant flower in the garden you have forgotten. Don't underestimate this remedy. It is said when someone has activated this substance within, it is reflected in their shimmering eyes. When light, this energy is glowing, relaxed, subtle illumination. When dark, it is fixation on fixing, aggressive approach to healing. Okay. And then we've got number 16, the shaman. The magi, the sorcerer, the medicine woman. The shaman can't be rushed. Working with this archetype requires study and perseverance. Think of it like brining or marinating. The content must permeate every fiber of its being. Contrary to popular belief, the shaman archetype appears in every vocation. Teachers, directors, surgeons, politicians, and poets are just a few of the places the shaman may wear. A few of the faces a shaman may wear, The 3 archetypal ingredients constitute the shaman, and all must be present in order to reveal its magic. First, the shaman is activated by long-standing and diligent study, the mentor. Second, its orientation is generally and accurately aimed toward the healing of the self, the other, and the culture, the healer. And third, the shaman has a knack for finding doorways to the other world, allowing psychic visions and old magic to leak into this world, the unseen. In this way, the shaman is a master who bridges the everyday and the sacred, revealing potent power needed desperately in our time. Yet where there is power, there is shadow. So, the shaman must be vigilant in studying their darkness. This card reminds us that the force of healing is ultimately not our own. We must shape it and share it with the world. When light, fearless student and practitioner. When dark, overpromises, blames, hurts self and others. Okay. Interesting. Now let's see number 42. The empty room, the vortex, the abyss, the nothing. The archetype of the empty room is also portrayed as the hungry ghost, always feeding and never satiated. A day of silence is a surefire way to harness the power of the empty room. The empty room haunts us all. It is the universal and all too frequent feeling of lack, of wanting, of the craving to fill ourselves with something, anything. We too often attempt to remedy the discomfort of the empty room by any means necessary, leading us to a culture of more. Ironically, the empty room is filled to the brim with potential, yet we perceive it as not enough. This card is a cry for patience, for sitting within the barren walls of not knowing, for awaiting true vision and purpose before attaching to what we should do next to save our outward appearance. Excuse me. Be with the nothingness. Be with the impatience. The empty room has immense power. Let others wonder what you are doing. If you can settle into the magic of emptiness, you will soon hear its whispers of wisdom. When light, spaciousness, potential, possibility. When dark, addiction, insatiability, more for more's sake. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and see. We're going to use the oracle cards later. Let's go ahead and see what energy comes through with the nectar. What energy comes through with the nectar? Three of Canes, which is the Three of Swords. The Nine of Good Cheer. And the Knight of Canes. The Knight of Gifts. So this would be the Knight of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, and the Three of Swords. This is a little odd because it's giving me the energy of somebody who the Nectar. Somebody who is acting like their wish was granted in some way, when in reality their heart was broken. Because wasn't the Nectar talking about like some sort of life-giving energy? A medicine. Yeah. So whatever it is that this person perceived as medicine, it felt really good. Knight of Swords can say stupid shit. They might have said something that made them lose it. So if this was a job and it was their dream job, they were impulsive and they did something that got them fired. If this was a family member like their mother or a sibling or someone that they really cared about, they did something that made them lose that person. But they're acting like, I don't care. When in reality, they do. Let's clarify this before we move on. Tell me about the Three of Canes. What's going on with the Three of Canes? The Tower. The Ace of Pentacles reversed. And the Empress. See? I'm telling you, with the Ten of Cups. Okay. I get it. So, yes, this could be a mother figure, or this could be the opposite. This could be a daughter figure. This could be a sibling. This could be a lover. This could be a boss. But they're showing up as the Empress. So this is someone who's very nurturing, very loving, very giving, very generous. And whoever this Knight of Swords, Knight of Pentacles is, they thought that they would always be able to get away with anything they did to this Empress. And they're shocked. They're shocked that the Empress set a boundary. Something was taken, because remember, they went from the Ten of Cups to the Nine of Cups. The cup from the Empress was taken, and they're sitting here trying to act like, I'm good, I don't care. They're most likely spending the holidays alone, which, you know, that doesn't necessarily mean anything nefarious, or like that's not an indication of you not being a good person. But in this case, in this reading, the person who's saying, I don't care that I spend it alone, is hurting. They're lying. They're making it seem like they don't care because they're shocked that this Empress either retracted an offer. Like, again, if it was a boss, this is someone who let them get away with a lot and then finally fired them. And they did not see that coming. Whatever happened between these two, whether it's mother and son, boss and employee, or lovers, whatever it is, the Knight did not see this coming. They did not expect that. So they are hurt, but they're trying to act like, no, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, look, see, I told you, she set boundaries. And I'm saying she, only because it's showing up as a feminine energy. This could be a male as well. And so they're kind of like forcing themselves to be in good cheer. But look, this is... This is someone who, even if they're surrounded by gifts and they may go to parties, and they'll still sit there and think about this person. This is not someone who's at peace, even though they're trying to act like they are. They are... The Nectar is like, this Empress is a very healing force in their life. Almost a life-giving, which again kind of comes across vampiric, right? Because here's the thing, we're all a little vampiric. Let's be real. The balance happens when you give to others as much as you take from them. Then nobody ends up feeling drained. Nobody ends up feeling used and abused. But when only one person is giving, and it doesn't matter in what way, whether only one person is giving financially, or one person is giving emotionally, or one person is giving sexually, or one person, whatever it is, it ends up being a drain. And maybe there's this imbalance, right, where only one person is giving everything they've got financially, and so they end up being drained financially, but then the other person gives everything they've got sexually and emotionally, and then they end up feeling used, and they both feel like victims because they can't match each other. And in this case, the Empress is the giver. I mean, she's the life source, and she stopped giving. She retracted it. She was like, no, I'm done. And now this person is suffering, but they're also trying to act like they don't care. With the Four of Swords, this is still good because I do think it's making them reconsider their behavior, whether they want to admit it or not. Because they spend moments where they're just off thinking about how things played out, it is making them think about their behavior. Clarify Nine of Good Cheer. Oh, Ace of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. Clarify Nine of Good Cheer. Page of Pentacles. With Judgment, Six of Cups, and Knight of Cups. I don't want to, I'm going to be very careful with how I say this because I'm not trying to come across a specific type of way. But this I'm going to call them a youngster because they're showing up in night energy consistently, regardless of their age. They could just have a very young spirit. But this person is like, the way that they're getting through the holidays, the way that they're getting through life, basically, through their daily chores, through their daily tasks, is one, they're remembering all of the good moments that they shared with the Empress. And two, they have this fantasy. And I'm saying it's a fantasy because it's the Knight of Cups. They have, like, they fantasize. They may be visualizing it. I don't know if they're consciously trying to manifest it. But they're visualizing and remembering the good moments while also trying to imagine what it's like for this person to come back and extend an olive branch. I know the Ace of Wands is not usually an olive branch, but that's what it feels like here. Because it is a branch and it's making peace with someone. So especially because it's the holiday season, they're expecting a maybe a text or a call, Happy Thanksgiving. They're expecting maybe a gift to show up on their doorstep. Some sign. They're desperately clinging to the idea that some little symbol will show up to let them know that the Empress has not discarded them. Has not, because that's how they're seeing it. They're seeing it like, you know how people who don't like boundaries, they interpret things their own way, right? And they're choosing to interpret her boundaries as, oh, so you must not have really loved me. This is not unconditional love, because people interpret unconditional love as you should be able to take everything I dish out, when that's not what unconditional love is. Because she may still love them, but that doesn't mean she has to be dealing with their bullshit, regardless of whatever it is. So their way that they're healing Nectar now is to hold on to the memories they have of her and to imagine that she's just going to show up. Again, we keep seeing an older woman, younger male. So either one, this is a mother-son situation, mother and child. Let's just say mother and child situation, or parent and child situation. Or it's somebody who's at a higher position. It's not, it's like they'll take anything at this point. With the Page of Pentacles, they're like, it doesn't even have to be expensive. You could just send me a little box of candy canes and I'll still take it. Like, ha, see, you haven't forgotten me. So they're hoping, they're waiting and they're waiting and they're waiting for something. So we have several holidays in a row, right? So they're hoping for, today's Thanksgiving, by the way. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. So they're waiting for the Happy Thanksgiving text, or they're waiting for you to DoorDash them something, pumpkin pie or something like that. Or they're expecting a message on Christmas. They're expecting a message on New Year's or Valentine's. They'll wait. It will not be until Valentine's has passed and spring is coming, and then they'll be like, maybe it's Easter. Like, that's how they survive. That's how they are making do. Clarify Knight of Canes. Clarify Knight of Canes. We've got the Five of Cups. Ooh, Hierophant reversed. Eight of Swords, Seven of Wands, Six of Wands. Again, Knight of Pentacles. With the Seven of Pentacles, the Moon, Two of Swords. This is a little ironic to me. But you know, people usually don't realize how much they're telling on themselves with their behavior. This young spirit is what I'm going to call them, because it could be a male, female, they could be older, younger. It's not really about age, it's about maturity level. The maturity level is clearly showing up as Knight of Pentacles, or they believe themselves to be a Knight of Pentacles, because over here they're showing up as a Knight of Swords. This is somebody who is claiming that the Empress is arrogant, the Empress is cruel and mean, and yet if she's so cruel and mean, why do they miss her? Why are they anticipating her return? Why are they depressed that she hasn't come back? I'm hearing the song of, in Spanish, there's a song called Payaso. And I don't know why I just said it like that. my USA persona was activated. It's called Payaso. Sorry. Hold on, let me find it. It's an older song, but it's beautiful, and at least I think it's cute, only because it reminds me of my grandfather. Because it's sang by Javier Solis. So the lyrics say, en cofre de vulgar hipocresía, ante la gente oculto mi derrota. Payaso con careta de alegría, pero tengo por dentro el alma rota. So he's saying, in a coffin of vulgar hypocrisy, before people, I hide my defeat. A clown with a painted face of happiness, but inside my soul is shredded. En la pista fatal de mi destino, una mala mujer cruzó el camino. Oh, sorry. Okay. I don't mean to. You'll see in a minute. En la pista fatal de mi destino, una mala mujer cruzó el camino. Soy comparsa que juego con mi vida, pero siento que mi alma está perdida. So he says, on the last leg of my journey, a bad woman crossed my path. I'm an adventurer who gambles with their life, and yet I feel like my soul was lost. Payaso, soy un triste payaso, que oculto mi fracaso con risas y alegría que me llenan de espanto. I'm a clown, I'm a sad clown who hides their failure with laughter and joy that fill me with horror. Payaso, soy un triste payaso que en medio de la noche me pierdo en la penumbra con mi risa y mi llanto. And again, it's I'm a clown, I'm a sad clown. In the middle of the night, I get lost in its darkness with my laughter and my sobbing. No puedo soportar mi careta, ante el mundo estoy riendo y dentro de mi pecho mi corazón sufriendo. There's actually a really sad song, so I didn't mean to laugh. I'll explain in a minute why I'm laughing, or why I laughed. It says, I can't support this facade. Before the world, I'm laughing, and yet inside my heart, inside my chest, my heart is suffering. And then he just continues the song. It's a chorus. So I chuckled because they are blaming this Empress like this is a bad person who broke my heart, and yet she's not showing up as a bad person. She's showing up as somebody who laid down boundaries that they don't like. And because they don't like the boundaries, they're referring to her like this man-eater who is just going around fucking with people, when that's not what she's doing. She's an Empress. That's not what an Empress would do. And if that were true, why are they so sad that she's not here, that she's not with them? With the Hierophant reversed, they're losing faith. So interestingly enough, the Hierophant reversed, it could mean that part of the reason that they struggled being near the Empress could have something to do with their religious beliefs. Or if it's not religious, it could be that there was somebody in their family, in their life, that they really looked up to. They looked up to this person like a mentor, like an advisor, a wise counsel. And that's starting to lose its effect because they're feeling like maybe that person told them, oh, that's just an infatuation. It'll go away if it's a love situation. Or if it's a boss, they'll say, oh, you'll find a better employer. Fuck that person. Or if it's, a family member, they're like, huh, family, the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. As in, not all families, worthwhile. But those words just aren't hitting the way that they used to. Maybe whenever this boundary was set, initially they were like, yeah, that's right. And now they're sitting here like, man, you know what? I just need you to shut up, because they just keep staring off into a distance, wondering when this Empress is going to come back. Now, ironically, they are also, you see, the same castle is in the background. They are not going to go to her. They may be longing, they may be sighing and huffing and puffing, waiting for her to come back, but they're not going to go to her. Because to them, it's her job, because she's the bigger person. So she needs to continue being the bigger person and come back to them. So they are, this is why I chuckled, because they're acting like, well, now I'm going to put boundaries. This person doesn't even understand what a boundary is. But they learned a new word. Kind of like Jonah, I think his name was Jonah Hill. Well, my boundary is that you can't talk to other people. Like, they don't understand what a boundary is. But they are claiming that they're laying boundaries. So they may have blocked her, or they're going to be doing things like that. Like, to them, they're going to be like, well, I'm going to put my foot down too. So they're saying she is arrogant, she is cold, she thinks she's all that, blah, blah, blah. They're talking all this shit about her, and yet they also admire her spirit. They admire who she is as a person. Which is why I said, clearly, she's not the person they're trying to paint her out to be. But this makes them feel better. It makes them feel better to paint her a certain way, because then they don't have to really think about why she's not talking to them. What's the final advice for this situation at hand? Light. Hope is but a word casting the unseen. Let there be light, where light is but a dream. And then we've got ringing the bells. Let's see. Let's read ringing the bells first. Number 30. Keywords are banishment and charging. Ring thy bell to cast them out. Ring thy bell and dance about. Swirl the sounds amidst the winds. Nowhere to hide, for all will ring. Bells and Yule go hand in hand. They're used to create music. You'll often find a Santa or two swinging one around, and bells are always attached to sleighs. They are genuinely joyous, but can be used for more than simple musical instruments. Bells also raise energy to increase rituals and the effectiveness of spells, while cleansing negative energy to drive away malicious spirits. It's essential to keep your home's energy clear all year long, but especially during the winter season, when you spend more time indoors and with loved ones. Energy tends to hide in dark places and dusty corners that haven't seen a full day's sun in some time. And like your space, the soul can be full of tiny pockets of low vibrational energy that you may not realize are there. The same goes for everyday living. There could be people in your life who are full of low vibrations, but you're so used to having them in the background that you simply haven't noticed in a while. You have pulled ringing the bells because something distressing is in your life and you are being called to banish it. It could be a person or an object or even a place. What comes to mind first that is bothering you will be the cause. Perhaps you're holding on to something from a past relationship that makes you sad. Or it could be a friend who, despite how much you love them, brings you down a little when they're around. It may not seem like a big deal, but your energy takes a hit every time you're in the presence of low vibrational company. You are being guided to slowly and lovingly banish this person or thing from your life. If it's an object, it may be time to donate or recycle it. If it's a person, it could be as simple as spending less time with this person or explaining how you feel so that they may change. As you clear this energy from your life, your vibrations will rise and call more joy to you. All right, now let's read number 20, light. Hope, return of the light. Hope is but a word. Oh, I already said that. If there's one theme you should know about Yule, it's light. The entire celebration of Yule is an honoring of faith in warmer days to come. There is always light after the darkness, and spring will always come after winter. No matter how difficult your situation, know that things will work out. Light is a dynamic card, and when you have drawn it, you can expect an increase in your energy. You are feeling more confident these days, and you're likely to see an increase in your motivation and overall vitality. This is a happy card and a positive sign of success. Pulling the light card is like getting a big yes from the universe. You can expect a positive resolution when this card comes to a reading. Additionally, pulling light is a sign of abundance, an increase in all areas of your life. You may see an increase in your finances, such as a raise or an unexpected financial windfall. In love, this card is a positive sign of new love or marriage. You might receive a promising job offer or clarity in a job change when it comes to career. Something positive is on its way when light shines on your reading. Wow. Okay, that's it. So I believe that these cards are for the Empress. This person clearly is someone who's immature. They are low vibrational. They have a lot of healing to do. And although they may have done something to break her heart, she finally put herself first. She banished them from her life. And now she will be a lot happier while they're sitting here trying to figure out when she's coming back, when I don't think she is. Because in this reading, this Empress is like, no, I am moving forward. She's finally nurturing herself. And this is going to lead to a lot more positive things coming into her life. In fact, if this is an employer, they're going to find a better employee. If this is a lover, they're going to find a better lover. If this is a family member that they had to cut off, they will find new members to make a family with. Like, it's not, the Empress is not the one that's going to lose here, because she is her own healing energy. And when she becomes her own healing energy, the universe responds to her in that way. Interesting. Okay, so we're going to put this one as part 1. Obviously, we're going to have a part 2, part 3, and I'm sorry if you are not on Patreon. Hopefully one day you will be. Anyways, love you guys. Bye-bye.